If you want big shit to happen in your life, meaning big goals and dreams that you want, if you want to hit the things that you desire, you've got to be willing to take the risk. Nothing is guaranteed ever. Hello, my love. Welcome to the podcast. So I'm coming at you today with something that I really feel many of us are feeling right now. At the time of recording this, it's September 2023. We are moving into the last quarter of the year, usually a time where the year starts to wind up. Things start to shift and change. We start to notice that the time that we invested in the year is coming to an end. And I don't know about you, but in my life right now, I am feeling this reinvention, this call for transition, this call for something new, this call for change. And change can be so scary, this call for innovation. And I've been sitting with this idea that's been bubbling. I think it's been bubbling since mid-year, like June, July-ish. And it's been quite a long time that I've run my programs and my company the way that I've run it. And I think that we did a fucking incredible job coming out the gate, like can't buy bread, to making six figures in our first year. I think we did an amazing job with the impact we've been able to have. I think I've done an amazing job with this podcast and like the consistency and just wanting to give you pure fucking fire and speaking to you like I am your friend over here on the Bluetooth, just wanting to pump you up and remind you that you are amazing. And so things that I've done consistently. There was never an overnight success. Things have taken time. I feel I am nowhere near the level of impact that I desire to have before I die. I don't feel near to that. So why I say that is I feel like I'm running a marathon and there's a long way to go. However, I recently have felt like some shit's got to change. You know, the way that I do what I do, how I show up, the kind of events that I'm running, the kind of clients that I'm working with, the kind of content that I'm creating, the temperature I've been taking of where the fucking wind is blowing me. And I wanted to talk about it because I feel like the women I've been speaking to lately in sessions, at my retreats, my friends, there seems to be this transitional moment, this moment where change is coming. And I don't know about you, but a lot of people have a tightness around the word change, around the word different, around ending things and creating new things, around completion. What is the word called when you're asking for, when you break up with someone and you want closure? That's the word. Thank you very much. Closure, right? And so I wanted to share where we're at. I've been in this business since 2018. This podcast has been going since 2018. If you've been there since the beginning, thank you. I love you. Thank you for listening. If you're brand new, welcome. I'm excited that you are here and I will be here for many more years because I have so much shit to say. So I have been doing this for quite some time. 5-year anniversary for the Sisterhood, our coaching program that helps women to change their fucking lives, really. And in between there, I ran other programs. I did one-on-one coaching at the beginning, and I'm now very small, open my books for more one-on-one high-level women that I've been working with. There's a program coming next year. There's a new thing coming next year. There's new shit we're building right now. And I think that it's a good fucking thing to change. It's a good thing to check in, right? Like, let's pretend we're driving or we're walking somewhere and we're looking down. You know, we decided we're going to go over there. We're going to climb that mountain. We're going to go to Erica's house. You know, we're going to drive to the hospital, right? We know where we're going. We popped in the directions into the GPS. Boop, 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 bam. We know where we're going, right? Now we just got to get there. And many of us start driving and we're really excited and we're really interested as to where we're going, or we're walking and we're like fast walking, like, yeah, we're going to this destination. How exciting. And then there comes a point in time, I believe, that we get bored of the journey and we start looking down. And instead of knowing like where we're going, we're like, yeah, we know where we're going. We trust the map. We put our head down and we just start watching our feet, one step in front of the other, one step in front of the other. And we're walking and walking. And before you know it, you went off track. Or you saw that the track you were leading, the step, the map, the shit, the directions that you're following are not getting you to where you want to get to. And you all of a sudden look up and you're like, whoa, how the fuck did we end up here? How do we end up here? This is not where we're supposed to go. Or I didn't think this was going to be the path to get to that place. And you need to zoom out. And you need to go, wait a minute. We're meant to go there. We took the long way. We're in a fucking labyrinth right now. We ended up in a maze. We hit a brick wall. We're in a no-turn zone, not a through street. Like, this is a bit of a dead end or a big fucking speed bump that if we cross over it and we force our way over it, we're going to cut the bottom of our car. About to get some leaky muffler situation happening. And like giving you all the analogies. And I'm kind of at that place in my life right now, in crossroads of like, I could keep trying to do what I'm doing so that it's comfortable, and I hope and I wish and I pray that I will get to that final GPS destination, and I could keep going, being comfortable. Or I could change the map completely. I could zoom all the way out and ask myself, do I still want to go there? Is that still the vision? Is that still the directions, the end point? Is that it still? Or have I changed my mind? Have I shifted and forgot to replug in the new address of where I want to go now? And every once in a while, it's been like 2-3 years that we haven't changed things. Every once in a while, I feel like I want to come up from air. Like my head's in the water and I'm like, I need some air. And I get to see, holy fuck, we've been swimming, we've been going. Where are we going? What is this? I don't want to do this. And I don't know, I don't know if it's because I turned 40 this year. I don't know if it's because one of my kids is 8 years old. My little guy is 5. He's going to be 6 next month. I don't know if it's because my mother has continuously gotten sick the last 2 years and it has been a hot mess express. And I need to talk about that on the podcast. Holy shit. I don't know if it's because of that. But there have been a lot of things that I've started to realize the impermanence, like how things will shift and change, how my kids will grow up, how I will get tired, how I will hopefully age, how something may or may not happen to my mother, how I haven't traveled much and now I'm like, I kind of want to travel around the world, how me and my husband want different things, as in a couple, we want to travel and we want to do things together. And so I think that when change presents itself, instead of you have to change, but the idea presents itself, it's almost like, hey, does this work for you anymore? Hey, are you still happy with this? Hey, are you still going the direction you want to go in? When those opportunities present, we're not forced to change. It's an invitation. It's a, hey, look over here. Are you still going in the right direction? Versus some fucked up shit happens. You get death, you get divorce, you get disease, you get debt, you get all the other D's, like all the fucked up things that happen, and it forces you into change. This, for me, feels like a gentle invitation into a reinvention of what I'm trying to create for my life and for myself, for my clients, for my business, for my podcast, for everything. Like, almost like a rebrand, almost like a level up, like level 14 activated. Okay. And so I just wanted to share this with you because what happens when change is presented in this way, it can feel very passive, very much like we can choose. Like, you don't have to change, but it's coming for you and it's inviting you and it's calling you and it's like, would you like to change? And you're like, maybe this is something good. And if you're being presented with this, whether it's a transition at work, whether it's a transition in your business, whether it's a transition in your relationships, whether you're feeling like you need to do something drastic, like go across the world and move somewhere or get out of Dodge of where you are, these transitions come as a whisper. And I've been listening since June to the whisper. And it can be scary because when you do go to change something, it means that how things have been will not be anymore. It almost means like a dying off. We just came back from retreat and one of the days we talk about death. And death sounds so morbid, but the reality is things will die. Things will finish. In the winter, all the trees, all the leaves, they're dying off. And there seems to be nothing there, no life. And then what happens in the spring? We're in spring in Australia. It starts to come out. You start to see things blossom and bloom and grow. And so, for you, maybe change feels like death and death is sad and there's a mourning. But don't forget how beautiful new growth is. Don't forget how beautiful creation is. And one of my mentors once said to me, like, you can't create anything new without completing, without first completing what's been there. And we talked about this at our retreats. Like, in order to create, we must complete. And so change and shifting and letting go and mourning and sorrowing and going, fuck, this is hard, but I'm committed to the reinvention of the new thing. And sometimes change is scary because you don't know what that new thing is. Or change is scary because you think you know what the new thing is and you're hoping that the new thing is good and you're like, I'm just going to try that. And then it fucking flops, which is also a possibility. Maybe the new thing doesn't go to plan or how you thought. But fuck, if you're not giving it a go and you're not trying and you're not, playing the game of life and you're not out there taking risks and you're not out there going, maybe this will be better. Maybe I'll love this. Like maybe this change is actually coming because it's a gift for me and for those that I serve. Maybe this is exactly what needs to happen. There's so many of my clients right now that I'm thinking about that are going through massive shifts. And I'm the worst because when my clients are like crying about how horrible the change is and, oh my God, you don't understand. I'm like, I'm so excited for you. This is amazing. Like internally, I'm like, I know this feels like shit. And I know it feels like your whole world is, crumbling, but fuck, how exciting. It's exciting. Once you realize that actually this change is probably coming because I need to let go of something because I've been holding on to the old way, because I've been doing things the way that they've always been done and it has not served me up to this point, or maybe it served me up to this point and now it doesn't. It's fucking exciting. And yeah, it's scary, but yo, what is not scary? What thing have you gotten that was so amazing that you created for yourself that didn't fucking scare the shit out of you? Everything. Everything I've done that I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. I'm killing it. I'm always fucking scared. Like skid marks in my undies all the time. Like nervous poos, like stomach is all weird. And I'm like heart palpitation. I got some shit happening soon on the podcast that I can't even tell you. But somebody's going to come on the podcast that I don't even know how I'm going to speak properly because I'm about to die when the person comes onto the Zoom screen. And you think I'm not scared right now about this podcast that's happening in 2 months? I'm so scared. I am so scared. But like, this is what I want. I want the level up. I want the exciting. I want the fucking risk. I want the new shit. So don't you. Most of us want to live. Tap your chest. We want to feel fucking alive. And so it is unknown, question mark, dark zone. The unknown is question mark, is black. It's who knows. It's mystery box, which means it could be shit or it could be the best fucking thing in the world. That is life, baby. And so I'm in this transition right now where I'm taking risks. I'm stepping into the unknown. I am trying things that may not work. I may flop or fail, but I don't fail because I just learn, because I get my ass right back up and I don't give up. You don't fucking fail unless you stopped and gave up, by the way. And so I feel like I'm alive. I feel like the mundane fucking missionary position, boring shit is not happening. I feel like now we're trying things, we're getting ideas, we're listening to our clients, we're listening to our team, we're watching innovation, we're taking a risk, we're shifting shit because I want some big shit to happen. If you want big shit to happen in your life, meaning big goals and dreams that you want, if you want to hit the things that you desire, you got to be willing to take the risk. Nothing is guaranteed ever. And so I just wanted to say, if you're in a transition for work, relationship, money, career, business, friendships, body image, self transition, like, yo, it's not supposed to feel comfortable. So if you're uncomfortable, if you're like, yo, I don't know what the fuck's going on, high five. And then what is it? I want to ask you this question. What does it feel like to reinvent yourself? What does it feel like to create in your mind's eye the version of you that you desire to be? What does it feel like to create the goals and the dreams and the things that you know you want that are in here in your heart and you've wanted them, or maybe you've seen them in your mind, the vision? Well, how does it feel to want to create these things and to be able to think about these things coming to fruition? Right? Like you could make this shit happen for yourself. How does it feel to step into that version of you? How does it feel to step into her? When I step into future Erica, I'm like, woo, this fucking bing. There's like energy buzzing. She's flying up here. She's like, shit is happening. The manifesting is going on. She knows who the fuck she is. She's up there like high vibes. She's like mist. She's so fucking misty and fast. I can't even catch her. Like I tap into that energy and I'm like, woo, shit. Speedy Gonzalez, like times a million. She's just on fire. Nobody's stopping that mist of pure energy and speed and intention. and she's like, bring, and she's vibing at that high level, and she's attracting all the shit at that high level. And then I come back to where I am, back to reality, and I'm like, okay, shit, I hate reality, by the way. I don't like operating in reality. I fell off my beam of energy last year when my mom got sick, and that's the shit I want to talk about on the podcast. And I'm like 70% old Erica. 70% of that energy that I was. I'm trying to get it back now after that crazy time. And if I'm here now and I want to get into that 70, that 100%, that 200% of that vibe of high vibes, what do I need to do? Who do I need to be? Because who I'm being right now is creating the right now circumstance, is creating the right now outcome, is creating the right now results. So whoever I'm being right now, I'm creating the right now. So ask yourself, who do you need to step into? What is the future you that has what you want and is creating the life that you desire? She's living in it right now. What the fuck is she doing? Reverse engineer the change. What did she stop doing? What did she start thinking? Who did she start attracting and hanging out with? Who did she say, bye, 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 see you later? Okay, like I ain't hanging out with you no more. Who did she in sync that shit and be like, I can't with you? Who did she boundary up from? What is she thinking about? What is she eating? What is she doing? How is she moving? How's her social life? How's her body image? How's her health, internal, external? What's the fucking record up here playing? What's the soundtrack of her life? And what's yours? You feel the difference. How do I feel every day? How does that version of me feel every day? Can you tap into that version? And in order for you, my friend, I love you, but this is truth. In order for you to change something that's going on for you right now, you need to step outside of this version of you and step into the version of you that is getting the change that you desire. You cannot stay the same person. What does Dr. Joe Dispenza say? Breaking the habit of being yourself. The you that you know yourself to be is creating this reality, is creating these results. And if you want new results, new reality, new things to happen, next level unlocked, you have got to step into another version of yourself. You got to create that another version of yourself, AKA you need to change. And let me go ahead and tell you, the fucking pink elephant in the room is that most people that you're around right now will not like it when you decide to change. They will not like the change that you're creating. They will not like that they will no longer be able to have XYZ. They will not like that they will no longer be able to come over to your house and complain about their lives. They will not like that they don't have access to you anymore. They will not like who do you think you are? Blah, 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 blah. All that's coming. Get ready. Most people don't like change, not because they're not happy for you and they don't want that to happen for you, but because of what it makes it mean about them. What does that mean about me when you're better, when you're changing, when you're shifting, when you're doing new shit, when you're getting your powerful habits? What does that mean about me? That's what happens. So they try to hold on to the whatever version of you that they think that they know, so that they keep themselves who they think they know instead of them changing. I don't know. It is people that aren't in the growth mindset. It's people that haven't had the opportunity or maybe haven't taken the opportunity to actually level up, to look at their shit, to deal with their shit, to go to the next level of themselves. And for whatever reason, don't shit on these people because, boo, you attracted them. So if these people are in your life, consider that you attracted them. I am fully and solely responsible for everybody, everything that I've attracted into my life, good and bad. I attracted good shit. And I attracted shit I didn't want. I attracted. It's not my fault, but it's my responsibility. Yes? So, cool. I realize this, and now I want something different. I want to go over there. Consider as I leave here and to go over there, I'm going to lose what's here on the left to walk over to the right. I'm going to lose this in order to get that. You have to let some shit go. Open your hands, drop it, let it fall down. Don't look down. Don't pick it back up and start moving into the new GPS. You put the new address. You manifested what you want. You put the fucking directions as to where you want to go. Fantastic. Start driving. Start walking. Look at where you're going. Follow that path. And on path, you will meet people that are on path. You will meet things. You will get opportunities. Things will happen in that field of you being on path to get you to where you want to go. But it's fucking scary, my friend. Put diapers on your way to the path, on your journey. Like, it ain't easy. It's not easy. And I think that's why a lot of people fight change and don't like change, because it's question mark, black zone, unknown. And you can't know. I love Dr. Joe again. He says you can't know the future that's coming, because if you know what's going to happen and how it's going to happen and when it's going to happen, then consider you're creating it from the past experience you've already had, putting the past into the future and creating from the past. So you get more past in your future. No, thank you. So that means you're not going to know. I don't know how I'm going to achieve the things I want to achieve. I don't know how I'm going to have a stadium with 100,000 women, like a Tony Robbins type stadium, and he's on stage and I'm on stage and everybody's in pink. I don't know how, but I know what I need to do today, and I'm going to keep doing what I need to do to make sure that one day that reality happens. I'm going to let go of the how, and I'm going to step into the now and make it happen in my now. But I don't know the intricacies, because if I did try to tell you, I'd be using my past experience. I don't have any experience of that. So that means, it's not going to happen for me. So change is tricky. Change is hard, but change is necessary. I think in my book, I have the quote that says, change is not only necessary, it's imperative. You must change. You must evolve. You must grow. If you're not growing, you're dying, as Tony Robbins says, right? So this podcast is for you. I hope that you feel seen in this. If you're currently in transition, if you're currently on way to changing en route to changing something, if you want to create what you do not have right now, know that it's going to be scary. Look around. Who's around you? Try your hardest to let go and boundary up from the people that are holding onto your ankles, trying to keep you where you are so that you don't get too big for your boots and you don't grow and you don't, air quotes, leave them behind. It has nothing to do with anybody else. The change I'm trying to make has nothing to do with me leaving anyone behind. What I'm trying to do is it makes me get emotional. I'm trying to make sure that I step into the vision of who I'm supposed to be on this planet. I know that I went through a lot of fuckery in my background, in my past, trauma, my little Erica, I went through some shit. And I'll be damned if my fuckery of a life, my past, my background did not happen for something, and I already know what that something is, and I decide not to step into what the something is and what the vision is and what I'm supposed to do here. I'm super clear on my purpose and my vision, baby. And I don't do it because I'm scared of what people are going to think about me. Hell to the no. What a disrespect to your creator. What a disrespect to whatever you believe in. What a disrespect to yourself. What a disrespect to the impact and for the people that you're here to be of service to. If you are not, I'm happy for a few people to be disappointed. That's cool. I have been disappointed most of my life with the circumstances I found myself in. And now that I know what I want to do and who I want to be, you better fucking believe that the change is coming and the reinvention is coming. And the Erica 17.0, the next level me, she's not worried about naysayers. She's not worried about what people have to say about her. She's not worried about the small thinking. She's not worried about keeping anybody comfortable. Because guess what? Her goal, she's clear on her vision and her mission. So to reinvent yourself, what is required of you if you're going to reinvent yourself? Ask yourself, who are you being in this moment? Who is at the wheel of your life? Who is showing up? Who do you need to be in order to get the results that you want? Who has been getting you the current results? What version of you? And do you still want to step into her every day? Are you going to actively choose to be her? Or do you want to step into the bigger, higher level version of you who is achieving and having everything you desire in the future? Because she fucking exists. And if you realize what her GPS, what's her directions, what's her address, you type that shit into your map and you walk that way, you will get to the final destination that you desire, my friend. Okay? Hype it up today. I love you. Have the best freaking week, and I will see you soon.